The holiday crafting has come to a screeching halt, which makes me a little bit sad, but I am excited that spring crafting is right around the corner for me. Before I begin spring, I am definitely going to be doing a little bit of Valentine's Day. On a recent thrifting trip, I gathered a lot of things for Valentine's Day, but really started noticing a ton of those cherubs, which I typically don't buy, but I had a fun idea and started gathering them together. Plan is to make these all dark using fusion ash and chocolate paint, and then I'll go back in with some gold paint. Pretty big fan of that rustic rubbed bronze look. In fact, I have it for a lot of the hardware in my house. So I was going to try my hardest to kind of recreate it. I'm using quite a bit of that ash and then put in just a little bit of that chocolate and mixed it. My goal was just to have a really dark base. Needed to add a little bit more chocolate. I had tested it out on my least favorite cherub and decided, yep, this is the color I'm going with. So I painted all of the cherubs with this dark brown, top and bottom. I almost completely forgot to introduce myself. So I'm Kathy with Waste.Not.Upcycled. I'm a full-time teacher and a part-time reseller and upcycler. Let's get back to the project. I was a bit nervous. I had never created that faux, like oil bronzed rub look. And so I was really hoping this was going to turn out. And one of the things was that I was working with two different materials, as you can see. So, I was worried how they would both take on these colors. But as it kept going, I was pretty pleased with the base of it. I feel by painting them darker, it gave them a more rich, elegant look. The set of party light cherubs that go onto a taper candle, and I definitely checked the value of these prior to upcycling them. There are plenty out there. After painting up all those cherubs, of course, I had plenty of paint left over, so found this really cute planter to go ahead and paint as well. Once that base had dried, it was time to go ahead and brush it with gold. So I pulled out that Folkart gold. I'll link it down below. We are experimenting together. So basically, I'm just taking this gold and dry brushing it all over the cherubs. Then I'm going to go back and take a cloth and rub it back. That cherub has just an overall gold look to it. I'm going to take my paintbrush and really accent like some of those details with dark gold. Want it to look kind of natural and not super bold, so that's why I go over it with my cloth. I'm comfortable with how this turned out. I'm going to do that same two-step process on the other half. So I'm dry brushing over the whole thing. I'm going to rub it in with a cloth, and then I'm going to go back and really pull out the details. Using my original cherub to really help me kind of think of where those details should go. And you may notice there's a little bit of patina. That's another step I'm going to take in just a moment with all of these cherubs. I did that two-step process with the gold on all the rest of the cherubs. So basically, I just covered all of them. Then I took a cloth and cleaned them down. If I felt like there was too much gold, I'd take that black brown mixture and I'd go back and I'd also cover it a little bit so it didn't have too much and it had some layers going on. Once I was done with that first step, then I continued on and pulled out those gold tints. I thought this one was really cute because it was a wall hanger, but it also had a pocket so I could put some faux plants in it. I'm really looking forward to styling these all together, so be sure to stay tuned to the very end where I pull little pops of cherubs throughout a vignette. After adding gold to all the projects, I am going to be pulling out Tim Holtz's Distressing Spray. I love this spray. I am going to be using it a little bit different and unconventional to how I typically use it. I really wanted to get that bluish patina in all the cracks and crevices, so I originally tried to spray it and kind of wipe it down. Although it's not bad, it's not exactly what I was looking for. Spray with Tim Holtz's patina spray, I always go back and spray water over it, and it really just pulls out the different colors. Sometimes you get greens and so on. After I tried it this way, what I did decide to do is I decided to go ahead and spray the patina and water onto the cardboard and use it as actual paint. So I'm able to put it into the places I want it and wipe it down a little bit more. Already had a nice light amount of patina, but I really wanted to pull out that patina. So I went back over those places that had it and really accentuated it. I really enjoyed this detailed work, and I'm even more amazed at how just a couple paints have completely transformed these cherubs. Now, you may not have a bunch of cherubs sitting around or might not have an interest in thrifting for them, but definitely think of all the different kinds of pieces that you can completely transform by using these steps. In fact, I have some plain light switch covers that I'm thinking of trying the same process on, like putting that dark underneath, doing a very, very light gold brush. I probably don't think I'd patina it, but with those two steps, I think that that would turn out really neat. Adding the patina to it definitely gives it more dimension, but even better, it makes it look more rustic. I will definitely leave the Tim Holtz patina spray, the link to it down below. The plant holder, I decided to go ahead and spray it with water, and I do purposefully go in all different directions just to pull out the lines on it. And paint along the top edge and the bottom edge as well to give it even more dimension. To protect all of today's projects, I'm going to be using DIY's clear wax. I'm going to take a brush and brush over all of those projects, and then I'll take a cloth and clean them back off. Not only is it going to protect them, but it's going to pull out all of those beautiful details. Here are all those cherubs put together. What a great way to decorate for Valentine's Day. Thanks for taking the time to watch. I hope you were inspired. Maybe you're interested in finding some cherubs of your own, or maybe you have some ideas in mind for trying that faux bronze look. I would love to hear your comments below on today's projects or any other ideas that you have. I'd also love for you to hit that subscribe button. It's completely free, and it's a great way to find out when my next video has been released. I typically have a video that comes out every week. Plus, I've just started a year-long thrift-only challenge. That's right. So everything that I purchase has to be thrifted. Garage sales, thrift stores, it can be online. Unless I eat or drink it, it needs to be thrifted. And I'm documenting my journey for the year. So I would love for you to follow along. Thanks again for watching today.